everybody. So it's still sunny out. I mean, 3 days of sun it's pretty nice for around here. I don't know where you live, but I live in the Northeast. And, it's not always sunny. So, so lots of interesting stuff. Damn it. Sorry. Apologies. Yesterday we spoke about the judge. I might have had one or two things wrong. I think I read in the docket that she just pushed back the immigrants' court issues. Like she just said, we'll address them at a later date. I read something else saying she actually dealt with them. I don't know that fact. Right now, it's 2 days ago removed, so I'm just going to go with either way. I mean, it's a pretty weak case. I don't know how you can harbor or obstruct with the actions that she did. Because it looks like, and this is just going to be quick, it just looks like the actions were like, just to stop disrupting my courtroom. And, that's what it was used as, disruption, right? Send them out a side door so it's not disrupting what's happening right here, right now. So yeah, I mean, you can argue that it's for or against, it's cowardly or whatever. I think the whole thing's stupid and obviously being blown out of proportion either way. Okay, moving on. So other interesting things, which, I mean, Trump's been on TV. It's his first 100 days. He's saying it's the best ever, and it sounds like people aren't telling him the right information. But I mean, far be it from me to fact check what the hell this guy's saying, because everybody else is, and he's delusional. So cool. Articles of impeachment were drawn up, but come on, let's get real. There's not enough support. Everybody's still afraid of him in Congress. Even though there are articles where they're talking about, number one, suspending habeas corpus. And number two, sending military to aid law enforcement, which would be a violation of the posse comitatus. And number three, using those law firms that he bullied into pro bono work to providing said legal defense for military and law enforcement violating any of those acts. That's huge. Those three things alone. So, let's address one at a time. Now, violating or suspending habeas corpus has been done before. I actually had a friend who wanted to argue with me about it last night. Should I say former friend? Because I stopped being friends with him. No, although it just seemed a little disingenuous that he brought it up. So fuck you, pal, for bringing it up. You hear me? You want American fuck. If he listens to this. Kidding. I joke. I'm not going to name names. Anyway, he said, okay, well, Lincoln has suspended habeas corpus, and Bush Jr. most recently suspended habeas corpus. To wit, I reply, well, Lincoln suspending habeas corpus, which, again, okay, if you guys don't know what this is due process. So, hey, nobody can just grab you and throw you in jail or make you fucking disappear, which they're already doing. They're already doing this. ICE is doing this. Now, if you think that they're not just going to instantaneously switch to somebody that they don't fucking like, they're already doing it to American citizens. Okay? So that this is the point of the Constitution. All you fucking Constitution idiots who are going amendments and rights and all this fucking shit, you should be up in arms. I don't care which fucking side you're on. This is a flagrant violation. Due process. I mean, like, if you don't know your amendments, everybody can go Second Amendment for your fucking guns, First Amendment for your speech, but you fucking morons don't understand the Third, Fourth, Fifth, any of these other ones, because all of them address these things that were made to prevent abuse by the government. Okay? So let's get back to it. Ready? the government wants to suspend due process. Meaning, suspend your due process. They can throw you in jail without presenting any evidence to any judge or anything for any reason, likely for unlimited periods of time. Now they're talking about it in terms of suspending it for, I guess, immigrants, right? Because the Constitution protects everybody that's in the United States, not American citizens only. It's the law of the land. This is how we operate. Your blood, if you were born here, is American because that is the law of the land. Jus soli or jus sanguis, which is French for of blood or of land, which again means if you were born here, you're an American citizen. Or if you were born to American citizens, you're American citizens. So we don't do that. That's what other countries may do. We don't do that. We do that if you're born in America, on American soil, you are an American. It's also why people born on military bases, because that's American soil in a foreign country, are American citizens. And coincidentally, places like, for example, my cousin was born in Germany. He could have chose to become a German citizen when he came of age, should he want to. He could. He didn't. He chose to be an American because he's a good old country boy from upstate Western New York. It's a lot more country than you think. But anyway, he's doing his thing. Good for him. So let's get back to it anyway. So they want to suspend that. Now, Lincoln suspended that, but, I mean, that was for the Civil War. I'm not going to make any excuses, or I'm just going to note it was for the Civil War issues and purposes, and Lincoln was also assassinated. Bush Jr. suspended it, but only for enemy combatants off U.S. soil, I believe. And also, Bush Jr.'s suspension of habeas corpus was with the support of Congress. 100% support of Congress, if I'm mistaken. So, I think those are two unrelated things, because Trump has been not very forthcoming on what they're in favor for suspending it for, because, I mean, I don't know. If they just suspend it, then shit's gonna go down. Also, they've got the using military, again, posse comitatus acts, which make it illegal to use military for civilian enforcement. I mean, that's it. They even list jail terms, 2 years of jail for trying that shit. It's not supposed to be done, because military is not used for civilian enforcement for a very specific reason, because when they start blending together, shit becomes bad. And this is why we've known this shit throughout history. Study some fucking history, people. If you study history, you'd realize, oh yeah, that's a bad idea, because as soon as you start using military, you're going to start using it to suppress people. Yeah. So for them, and using this fucking pro bono work that they bullied, these spineless motherfucking law firms, by the way, you spineless un-American law firms that fucking capitulated to Trump. You fucking... Anyway, they're gonna do the legal defense of the soldiers and the law enforcement that are gonna, I guess, violate said laws. Why would you want lawyers for legal defense to that? They've announced it. I mean, can you get any more blatant? But here's the thing. All of these things sound pretty fucking crazy on their face, and they likely are. What the bigger picture is that, again, if you talk about the imports and the ports being empty, this looks like it kind of sets the stage for something larger, and that is when the shelves go empty, which looks like to be summer. I mean, I'm not getting anybody to fucking jump to conclusions here or say it's COVID times, but with those ports being empty and it pointing to summer being a bad time for, I don't know, just about everybody here, there's likely going to be riots. People are going to be upset, understandably so. They're going to be against the government, which gives them perfect excuse and cover to pull in soldiers to use as, law enforcement, which also gives them perfect reason to have these lawyers prepared to defend said soldiers and suspension of habeas corpus to make their jobs and everybody else's jobs easier in becoming a dictator, fascist police state. What a fucking world that you could even suggest that. Now, I don't know about any of my conservative friends, and I do have some, and I try not to talk too much politics with them, that they post a lot of shit. It seems like, are you not concerned about these rights at all? I had one conservative friend say, well, I know when I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'd rather sacrifice my life for my friends than for my something stupid. I can't remember what exactly he fucking said. It was a little, it wasn't a dick tuck. It was just saying like, I may be wrong. We'll break a few eggs in the process. And again, look, study history. There's tons of examples out there that this is nothing new. This is nothing new. To even suggest it shows the level of disconnect and misunderstanding that people have. We've tried it. We have tried it. What you are doing is nothing new. What you are trying to do is nothing new. Anybody who suggests that otherwise, I would hesitate to just call them blatantly stupid, but you are either incredibly naive or you're evil. Take your pick. If you don't think that this is going to be abused, if you don't, look at these examples right now. There's that woman in Oklahoma. Don't get me started on the aspect of civil forfeiture, which is insane, by the way. And I have some experience with civil forfeiture, by the way. But the woman and her family moved into a house in Oklahoma. They were there for 2 weeks. They moved from somewhere else because they wanted to change pace. And they liked the slowness of what a town, city, whatever in Oklahoma offered them. And then ICE and FBI kicked in their fucking doors because they thought they were somebody else. By the way, it looked like a nice house, which was kind of confusing to me because, to be honest with you, I don't expect... Well, I don't know about you, but... And this could be me, but when they're talking about rounding up immigrants, they're talking about rounding them up at, say, outside a Home Depot looking for work and shit like that, or raiding farms, not necessarily breaking into nice houses and neighborhoods. That sounds pretty kind of, well, let's just say that sounds pretty fucking crazy. Excuse me for being, classist or something like that, but normally rich people aren't the kind that would be sheltering immigrants or shelter, in that sense. I just, if they've got enough money to do that, you'd think they'd have enough money to, say, I don't know, get their affairs in order or figure this shit out. But anyway, I digress. They broke into her fucking home, smashed it up, stole her electronics, stole her, I guess, life savings. I don't know why she had it in cash in the first fucking place. That sounds like a crazy thing in general, but, they stole her shit under civil forfeiture and doesn't look like they're going to try and give it back anytime soon. So yeah, that's just proof that this shit is swinging too far. And I believe, my memory's a little hazy on this, but wasn't there somebody famous who said something like, better to let 100 criminals go than to see one innocent man hanged? And now we're the other way. Better to hang 100 innocent men in order to capture one criminal? Huh. It's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. we can look. There's something to be said about fear mongering. oh God, that's not what they meant. You're jumping to conclusions. And people jump to conclusions a lot. That's what news sells. Fear. Sex, fear, and the weather, right? But, I mean, there's also something to be said about just being prepared, right? Be prepared. This is stunningly where we're at in this day and age. And, this is why we say, maybe don't doomsday prep, but maybe just prep, That's why I say, go for a run. Get yourself in shape. And maybe have a little go bag. Maybe have a go plan. Maybe store some food in a bag just in case riots happen. I mean, you don't even know. Like, look, say the Republicans are right, the evil left riots. Well, then even if the evil left is rioting, it's a riot. A riot is a riot. Like, if this does work to sow division in our country and split us apart, then I guess it's something that's coming, I guess. We're having some serious ideological differences. I just don't like waking up every day being threatened with this information that my rights could or could not be taken away. That seems really antithetical to living a good life in this country. I mean, I don't recall this feeling this way under Bush or Clinton or Obama or Biden, like rights literally being taken away. Again, I didn't even know that Bush Jr. suspended habeas corpus, but he did it for enemy combatants with the support of Congress. So you'd think that, like, if that was something that threatened us back then, we'd be feeling, crazy. But I didn't really hear about it or even know about it back then. And, I wasn't worried about waking up on a random Tuesday and being arrested or my country falling apart. Although I suppose there are a bunch of nuts that have always done that. That's why doomsday bunkers exist. That's why that entire industry exists. So, it's like everything. People wake up and they take their cars for granted. You're supposed to be responsible for everything on your car. Tires, oil, water pump, piston. I mean, you're supposed to know how that shit works. Back in the day, they had to check the oil every time they drove the car and, make sure the car was in working order. I mean, truckers are 100% responsible for everything that goes wrong on their truck. It sounds crazy, but it's true, because it's your responsibility when you're driving something that big to be responsible for your truck and that load. You find a load that is not safe and you haul it and you wreck, that's your ass, your fault on the line. You are supposed to inspect and refuse loads. Now, that sounds crazy because people go, well, then they threaten being fired or lose their job if it's unsafe and they have to force to tow it. And the answer is yes, they are, but they will lose their license and worse should they tow it and something bad happens because of that. And there's oversight too. This is the whole reason for oversight, because they can go, hey, call, an inspector, call somebody who's there to help protect this instance. Protect us, because this asshole's trying to make me haul a load that is not haulable, right? It's not good. So, I mean, our policies are have been written in blood. This is the reason for them. This is the reason why we have them. They're there for a reason. Go figure. Alright, I've talked enough. This is supposed to be a quick 15-minute-er, but, again, prepare yourself. Go for a run. Lift some weights. Learn how to shoot a gun. Learn how to shoot a bow. Start a fire. Those are all important things. You never know when it could be handy. I mean, you could fucking go camping and you need this shit, so, don't turn down knowledge, everybody.